Stop it. Get some help.
What is going on, guys? Welcome into today's broadcast here. Sorry for the weird angle here. I'm on a low chair at a high table. Our friends at Novsight reached out. They asked, "Hey, Jeremy, would you like to put some more lighting on your machine?" And I said, I would. So they sent out their new product here. It's the Cyber 1 2-inch pod light. We did a previous video with them where we did some 3-inch Cyber 1 LED pod lights. Those are a 3-inch pod light, and you can run no cover on them, and it's just a white LED light. And they come with this little amber cover, and you can put it on and you have amber lights. I was a big fan of the amber lights at night and dusk. It worked out great. We don't do too much night riding, but when we do, I like to have lights. We've been in situations trying to get off the mountain in Tennessee with just factory high beams and a lot of miles to ride through that, and some extra lighting would have been nice. So that's what the first set did. So those lights still work great. At first I was tempted to just replace the ones I have and install these, but I've changed my mind. I'm going to add to what I have so I have more lighting. To be completely honest with you, as I record this part of the video, I still don't know exactly how I'm mounting them. So I think I'm going to try using a couple of these. We'll look at it after this. But I'll show you what we got in the box. Once again, they package these Novsight lights really well. It's a real sturdy box. It's pretty impressive. It's not all the way closed, and that's because I've already had my greasy little sausage fingers in there. And, you know, I don't have patience to put things back the way they go. So that's what we get. But let's take a look. So it's got like a nice little... Whoop, stuff falls out. I think I dropped the instructions. Oh, maybe not. You get some instructions and a wiring diagram. We have the lights here. First thing, when I picked these up, I was like, holy hell, these are heavy. You just look at them and you think they'd be super light, but you can tell they're well constructed, and they're heavy little buggers. You get a set of these, and then once you mount them, they have the little pigtails here where you can just screw them together. You don't actually have to wire it. Looks like we have just our little control box where they give you your leads for powering them up. These two are going to go to each pod light. Then you got this one, which goes here to the switch. So with this one, I'm not going to be using a regular rocker switch like everything else is wired in a side-by-side. The thing with these lights is you got this one bulb here, but you have 3 modes. So you've got your regular white hitter, you've got an amber hitter, and then you can get crazy and you can do a combination of amber and white and have the ultimate hitter. So that's going to be your brightest option on here, but the amber is, they call it a low beam, then the white is the high beam, and then you have the combination of both. So I'm really excited about that. So that's why we are going to be using the provided switch. Last time we did not, but you can see here, hopefully, if it'll quit focusing on my face, there's a W, a Y, and then a lightning bolt. So that way you can do white, yellow, both. So I'll have to find a place to mount this. You get 2 extensions to get out to wherever you need to put your lights. Zip ties. You can hold your machine together with these. So if you don't use these on the wiring, put your plastics back on. Hardware. Little tools. Looks like a little mounting bracket for that switch. We'll see what we use from this. We have... What do we have? Little mounts, so you can put these multiple different ways. You can bolt it to something. We'll look at it. We'll look at it. because I don't know what I'm doing yet. Yeah, so you got a couple of those, and then I don't know what the hell these are. Oh. So it looks like they give you some sort of clamp mount, too, for these. And yeah, look at this. I'm not kidding with this packaging, guys. All foamed out. Good stuff. So since we're going to be using this, the provided switch, I mean, the wiring itself is going to be super simple. It's going to be hooking up the power, running the wires, and then you just plug them in and screw them together. That's simple. So initially I was thinking of getting one of those angled mounts, mounting it here, being done with it. I have one of those angle mounts, it turned out, and not quite the right angle. Didn't like it. So now we're going to try and figure something out. I'm thinking somewhere in here, possibly. I just got to see if I can make this clamp work for it. Maybe this won't be permanent. Maybe I will move them. Or maybe I'll move these. I don't know. But for this next trip, whatever I do today, that's how we're running it. So I'm going to mess with this mounting a little bit, and then I'll catch back up with you guys.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Sorry guys, this was my terrible idea. I don't like it, so I'm not going to do this. I was struggling to find some ideas, and I was about to kind of give up and maybe just mount them out here and then find a new home for these at a later date. And then I had an idea. These mounts here come apart, right? Like so. And they're kind of like keyed on there, and you can choose your position. So I was thinking, what if I take that off, twist it, and then just mount this light bracket right to that. So I kind of did a little test run with the other one, and I think that'll work. So my plan is to mount it here like this. We should be able to aim it up enough. It'll be something like that. My issue now is I gotta run to the hardware store. That bolt is maxed out, and there's still an 1/8 inch gap, so I can't tighten it. So I gotta get some shorter hardware. Damn it. So I'm just taking this, and I'm gonna mount this like that. I'm just squaring it up on this edge, tightening it, and I think that's gonna work good. Snug her down. These brackets, they do give you hardware where you have a regular hex bolt and it's captured in there, so normally there's a nut on the bottom and you tighten it, and that's how you do it. So you can actually do it when the light's already in the bracket. My situation, not so much. Everyone's mounting situation is going to be specific to their vehicle, their needs, their wants, their desires. So you got to see what works for you. And for me, I had to get creative. So now we'll be able to just cradle this bad boy in here and mount it on the bar. So it'll be something like this. I already mounted this one up. Everything's tight. I know the hardware sticking up is obnoxious. I get that. As you saw, I just went to the hardware store. I'm not going back, damn it, not today. So, this is what it is. This is somewhat Haggard anyways. So we just got to throw the passenger side on, and then mount the lights, and then we can do the simple wiring. My goal with the wiring today is to not have to rip all the plastics apart. It's really hot and muggy in here, and yeah, I just don't feel like taking everything apart, so we're going to see what we can do. If you are interested in adding some light to your machine from Novsight, I'm going to have a link in the description below. We actually have an affiliate link, so you can use that link. We'll have a discount code, and you can save yourself some coin off some lighting. That just helps the channel grow, so if you're in the market, check it out. So now we can just line it up and snug her down. Now we can throw the pods in. For this, we are just going to use the hardware provided by Novsight. So each one of these pods has 4 screws in it, 2 on each side, and then it'll just go in here like so. So 1 on each side is actually where the light pivots, and then the second one that goes next to it is where you would control where you want to have the light. So it kind of pivots on this one, and then you could snug this one down to lock it where you want to aim it. And for our situation here, I did all kinds of math. I did some geography, I licked my finger, felt the wind, and what I've come up with is we're going to be all the way up, and that's where we're going to have them aiming. So my goal here is to kind of have these aiming forward, and then I'm going to have these kind of facing out a little bit so I can see to the left and right of me. Don't want to over tighten them, but that's it. She ain't going nowhere. So I'm going to get the other side mounted up, and then we'll get into the wiring. There's not going to be much for me to show you because most of it is figuring out where you want to mount the box, where you want to mount the switch, and hiding your wires, and then hooking up the power. And that's pretty much it. It's really that simple. Yeah. Damn, Daniel, I kind of like this. That turned out better than I thought it was. I do like that mounting. I'm actually kind of pissed I didn't think of this when we did these. These A-pillar mounts that we did here, I don't remember where I got the mounts from. They're strong and everything, because actually we bent the brackets, but I knew having them out here, they're in the danger zone, and I knew I was going to bend them. So next up, we're going to do wiring. Where do I want to start? Got to find a place for the switch. Got to find a place for this control box. Then it's a matter of running wires and hiding everything. This is all stuff that's going to be hard as hell to film, and there's really not much to show because it's all going to be preference on where you want it and how you run it.
Much later.
Well, alright guys, we're in the thick of it now. I've probably wasted more time trying to run the wires without taking stuff apart than if I just took it all apart and did it right. This is not my best wiring job, that's for sure. You're not going to be able to see it, but I got the box zip tied down in here. Still got to do the wiring for the power, but I just wanted to update you guys and kind of show you where I'm at. I kind of have the wires roughly ran. When you're running the switch, which I mounted, but I'll show you that in a second. So I don't know if it'll focus or if you'll be able to see it, but running the wires, there won't be any confusion on where they go. The switch is 5-pin. The lights themselves are 3-pin. So there's really no way to screw it up. It's just a matter of running them where you want and zip tying them up or letting them hang, whatever you prefer, and plugging them in. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to start kind of putting some of these together. So now I'm just going to tuck up the wires, zip tie them in place where I want them, and oh, I gotta show you the switch. Let's look at the switch first. So my first thought was right here in the middle, but then I had a different idea, and that was over here. So this machine's the sport model, so I have this grill for a speaker, but I don't have a speaker. I have zero intentions of putting a speaker in this, because that's my speaker. So I figured this already has a bunch of holes in it, and I just kind of screwed it through the holes here. I made a bigger hole for the wire, ran it up and over, just like the one for the light. And then I don't know, it seemed like a good location because you got your lights right here anyways. I'm figuring if I need extra lights, these will probably be the first ones I turn on because they're gonna be pointed straight out. So, you know, you can flip that and hit a button. And it works out good. I was reading, I guess this lightning bolt makes them flash or flicker or something. So once it's dark, we're gonna have to check that out. All right, I'm gonna bend my body in ways it doesn't want to bend and get these wires zip tied up, and then I'll catch back up with you guys.
A few moments later.
All right, guys, moment of truth. We're gonna see if these bad boys work. They should. I'm pretty confident in the wiring. It's so straightforward. So the way it's wired, you do have to have the key on for them to operate. So we'll turn the key on. And then we got the white, which I can see in the camera they're working. Turn them off. Amber. And then we can do white and amber. So they're both running. I don't know how that's showing up for you guys on the camera. I'll be able to show this better when it's dark out. And then you also have the lightning button, which has different modes of flickering and strobing. I feel like there's five, six patterns there, and then you can just hold the button and shut it off. We'll try turning the lights off, and I should be able to show you a little bit of the pattern here. One thing I noticed that is a little bit of a bummer, I mean it's not a huge deal, but the switch does not illuminate unless you hit the button. So you got to know where it's at, but we'll hit white, and then you can see it's got a little W if it focuses. Here's just the running lights. I know it's not dark out yet, but just to give you an idea, there's the white. That's the amber. Here's both. And then we can do the flicker. So, as you guys can see, it's like 7 o'clock at night. Not quite dark yet. And at this point of the video, I'd be like, once it's dark, we'll go out. My neighborhood's dark. We'll check it out. Got a big storm coming, and it sounds like people are lighting off fireworks. So if the storm is as bad as they say they are, I'm not going out driving this thing tonight, so we might have to do it tomorrow. But I'm gonna get you guys some sort of footage of these lights at night, so you can at least kind of see how they light things up, because I'm also curious. I haven't seen them at night yet. I saw what you've seen on my toolbox. That's it. So that's about as far as we can go right now. I will catch up with you guys either tonight or tomorrow night, and we'll get some night clips of these bad boys.
One pair of pants later.
Alright, that's a little bit better. Not quite as dark as you'd like, but given the season, it's going to be too late. We're going to go out there, we'll go out on the road, and I'll find a nice dark spot and turn them on and kind of show you guys what they look like. Well, alright guys, as you can see, it's still a little bit light out, but it is darker out in real life than on camera. So, we'll show you. So here we got the white. So they are pretty bright. And then here's the amber, which are definitely way lower. I'm thinking I might have to aim these up a little bit more. And then here's the white and the amber at the same time. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to aim these up a little bit. And then here's some of the strobing. So then here's the new ones that I just added. And then here it is paired with the other pod lights from Novsight. So, some pretty nice coverage. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to adjust a little bit, maybe to get this out a little further, but I like it. I think they're gonna work good. So that's gonna do it for this video, guys. The new Novsight Cyber ones, they're badass. I really like the little eyeball guy with the amber the white, the strobes. I know I've mentioned this in previous videos, but I'm not into spending a lot of money on lighting because I feel like at some point I'm probably just going to break them. Not so much them just kind of going bad just from hitting them off of things. So if you're like me, Novsight lights, they're a good option because they're fairly priced. They're not quite the $9.99 jobs off Amazon, but the quality is there. You can tell the difference because I have some of those lights, like this one. There is a big difference between the quality on this light that was like 10 bucks and those lights. Either one of those lights. They're both great options. So if you want to get yourself some lighting from Novsight, we will have a link down below. You can use code Haggard and save yourself 25% off your order. So big thanks to Novsight for sending these lights out for us to install and check out. And big thanks to them for providing a discount code for me to give to you guys, so you guys can save some coin. They're not going to be the brightest pod lights you're going to find on the market, but they are fairly priced. The construction seems rock solid on these things. Wiring all straightforward. So if you're a do-it-yourselfer or you're kind of scared of electrical, it's not a crazy one to get into. Thank you guys so much for watching, liking, commenting, subscribing. Big thanks to our patrons. If you don't know, we do have a Patreon. If you become a paid member, you're going to have your name trickling along the screen. You get these videos uncensored, ad-free, a little bit early. So if you're into that, come check us out. Link is also below for that. And we'll catch you on the next one. Peace.
What is OK Boomer?
Thank you.